Hey everybody, what's going on? Your host LovelyCheesePizza here. Welcome back to Let's Play some more Gran Turismo 3, the ultimate driving simulator, where we are jumping... Excuse me, oh god, okay, I gotta do another one of these. This throat spray is the only thing keeping me from coughing like a maniac. And it tastes okay. Honey lemon. Let's do the damn thing. We're jumping in the Clio. We did that last time, and we absolutely just wrecked the world with this thing. I mean, we kicked everyone's ass so hard. So, it's good. I mean, it's nice when you... Whoa! Okay, hold on a minute. Why is that happening? I just changed the batteries in this, and I think that it's doing some funny business. Hold on a sec. Turn it off, turn it back on. It's the risk that you run sometimes with wireless controllers. Hey, there we go. Now we're good. It was trying to give me a little bit of pepper to start this thing off with, but now we are good. We're doing Grand Valley right now? Aw, dude, I wasn't ready for that. I mean, we're still gonna win. I just wasn't ready for the longest race on the planet. But I guess we're getting it anyways, now aren't we? Anywho, well, let's get started since we're gonna be here for a while. First of all, let's see if we can set a goal for margin of victory. I'm gonna try to see if we can get to winning by more than a full minute. If we can do that, we'll call it a success. I think we should be able to do that pretty handily, especially once cars start going into the pit, because I think everybody's gonna start doing that. And we won't have to, because we're way, way better than they are. We're taking our big boot, and we're kicking them so hard in the anus that they're spraying it out of their mouth. Okay, so... You know, last episode when we were here, I told you guys about a pretty crazy-ass, obscure dream that I had. And I think I have one that might top it. Because as crazy as the Chinese hotel dream was, this one might be better than that. Mainly because of the fact that it is so weirdly sporadic and all over the place that you're just going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I agree. Indeed. What is, in fact, wrong with me? I don't know. I'll let you guys be the judge. We'll leave it to the court of the public to determine what my sickness is. So, as we take on this nightmare-scape of 10 laps of the longest track in the game, here we go. Let's deal with the dream. So, I actually had to write it down because it's that all over the place. So, in this dream of mine, I became an alcoholic. Always a good start. I became an alcoholic. Why did you become an alcoholic, you may ask me? Well, the same way that anybody does. I became an alcoholic after doing a Star Wars virtual reality simulator at the local shopping mall. And so, you know, it was so profound and upsetting, I suppose, that it just made me want to, you know, totally pick up drinking as my new big thing. Because, you know, who doesn't love slamming bottles of Icelandic vodka and blueberry lemonade every single night of your life after going to work? Which, hey, I found out, by the by, that Icelandic vodka and simply blueberry lemonade is so good. But I digress. Try it for yourself. I'm not even a vodka guy, and I'm saying it's good. That's saying a lot. Anywho, so I became an alcoholic after doing a Star Wars virtual reality simulator at the mall, and then, for whatever reason, I thought that those heating containers that they put your pizza in when you do delivery so that it doesn't get cold while it's rattling around in a 17-year-old's car while he's listening to fucking Simple Plan or, you know, Yellow Card or Bullet for My Valentine or whatever they want to listen to, because that's still relevant music today. I thought that those containers were washing machines for some reason, and after trying to put my clothes in them, realizing that it's not going to clean my clothes in the way that I wanted it to, getting my vomit stains off of my tattered white shirt because I'm a raging alcoholic now. That was a thing. Then, for whatever reason, I like warp forward in my dream to a different point in time, still at this shopping mall though. I don't know exactly how much time had passed, but I found the cure to my crippling, raging, social pariah alcoholism by channeling my efforts into something positive, by creating these weird, like, 2.5 dimension models of World of Warcraft zones out of cardboard, which I can't in any way, shape, or form recreate illustrations of what this was like because I am not an artist at all, but they were like super good looking. I got paid by some company that was doing, it wasn't by Blizzard, I don't know who the hell it was, but I got paid by some company in my dream that was doing like some sort of like release party for something, and they asked me they just approached me and asked me if I'd be willing to, you know, make these cardboard environments of World of Warcraft zones for their release of a movie that wasn't even related to World of Warcraft at all. And I was in a drunken binge of stupidity. I was like, sure, I'll totally do that. And I ended up making like this crazy, incredible just landscape of like these old like vanilla WoW zones. Like one of them was like Onyxia's Lair, and one of them was like Silithus, and one of them was like Western Plaguelands, and there's like these super elaborate, just intricate design things just out of everyday cardboard that I got from, you know, like the cardboard recycler where the, you know, Subway and the food court is just throwing all their shit out. And it was awesome, and I got paid really good money out of that. And it cured my alcoholism, so, you know, who knew that one day of that could totally do it? Here's looking at you, you know, rehab centers where you got to go through the 15-step program. Oh, I was an addict for 10 years. Now I'm not, because I did 9 months of this stuff. You're like, well, guess what? I cured my alcoholism in about 3 hours by making World of Warcraft zones out of cardboard for a company I don't even know who the fuck it is. So, hey, who's winning now? Then came kind of a more obscure weird part out of this. For one reason or another, excuse me. I got into a weird action movie firefight in the front entrance of this shopping mall with some dudes dressed up like people straight out of like Tom Clancy's that new Rainbow Six Siege game. You looked at straight out of that game, more or less, which I love that game. Never played it, but I love watching people that are good at it play it. It's very satisfying for me. But I got into like some weird firefight in there, and all of a sudden I killed all the guys and I walked outside, and there were 3 Sudanese kids and their dad that walked up to me and told me they needed to go, or they have the sickness. And I was like, what sickness are you talking about? They're like, we have the sickness, and we heard you're the only one that can do it because you're patient 0. And I was like, okay. And so I told them all to come with me, and then we went to this like weird magic crazy rainbow colored river that it wasn't like the water was just all the colors of the rainbow, you know, like a Lucky Charms commercial or something, but it looked more like it was a more subtle looking thing, like the river, like if you were to pour oil, you know, like some kind of oil, and just like the reflection of it in the sun kind of looks like a rainbow. It was more subtle like that. It wasn't just like this crazy, you know, fluorescent color spectrum thing going on. But we walked up to this river, and they're like, well, what do we do now? And I picked up all 3 of them, or all 4 of them at the same time, and just threw them in there head first. And it's like, here you go! I threw them into this, you know, weird magic river. And then I went and dove in myself, and we were just like totally chilling out in this magical river. And they're like, They're like, well, why? They're like, I thought that it couldn't save you. And I'm like, I don't even know why I'm in here in the first place, but I just felt compelled to do it. And then as soon as I said that, I had like this weird like Hollywood movie moment where it did like I did like a flashback where like the camera zooms into my eyeball, it just goes, and it went back to how I contracted this disease that was called the Szizz. It's called the Szizz, S-Z-I-Z-Z, and the way that I became patient zero for this weird disease called the Szizz was I was walking around in a Blockbuster video. Oh yeah, we're going way back into time. I was in the action movie section of a Blockbuster video, and I was walking around in there, and I picked up a movie, and I don't remember what the name of it was, but I picked up a movie off the shelf, and I opened it, and as soon as I opened it, this crazy burst of powder just flew into my face, and then like my skin started to get all splotchy in different colors, kind of similar to what it, like the Skittles commercial where the kid says he has Skittles pox, and the girl starts like peeling his Skittles lesions or whatever off of his body. We're totally gonna get that 1 minute checkpoint, or that 1 minute spread between people, by the way. There's a possibility that we may even lap people in this. I really hope that we do. I think that'd be awesome. But yeah, dude. So I contracted this mystery disease from the action movie section at a Blockbuster video, because those places still totally exist. And I got the Szizz, and 3 or 4 random-ass people that I don't know approached me, telling me that I'm patient zero, and I didn't remember it at the time because it like erased my memory. And so I took them to this magic oil river where I threw them all inside, and I went and dove in, and you know, they're telling me that I cured them of their disease, but they didn't realize it would work on me. And I eventually, you know, zoomed back out of my Hollywood flashback moment, and they're like, "You cured us of the Szizz! How can we ever repay you?" And I repaid them by snapping all 4 of their necks. It's like, what the hell is my problem? They're like, "Oh, I cured you all right." and then I just stood there as the river changed colors, not to, you know, crimson blood red, but it turned into like this golden yellow color, and I just stood there, just cackling like an evil maniac. It was, I'm just, they're all just laying there, their bodies just leaking out this golden juice, and I'm just like, whoa! And I sat there cackling like that for a solid, you know, 2 minutes or so in my dream before I eventually woke up. I woke up, looked over to see if Michaela was awake or not, because I thought, no way in hell that I wasn't, you know, saying, you know, mental, you know, rantings of a mental patient during that she could have possibly heard. And I was like, did I say anything while I was sleeping? She's like, no. And she's a really light sleeper, so if I'm talking in my sleep, she totally can hear it. I was like, was I talking in my sleep? Did I say or do anything weird? She's like, no. I was like, what? Why would you ask that? I was like, I literally had one of the weirdest dreams of all time, and so I told her the whole thing, and as soon as I got done telling her, she was just looking at me like, who the fuck are you? What did you do with my fiance? And how did you get him out of the room without me noticing? It was ridiculous, but man, that dream was amazing, troubling, strange, satisfying in a way, but I don't know. So it was something. It was really something. So we got a few more laps left to go. Let's talk about something also weird and disgusting and very odd, because I've always found this interesting. You know, if you're eating dinner, I highly advise you wait until you're done eating dinner before you proceed with the rest of this. But I've always thought that vomiting was a strange thing, because it is. And the fact that everybody does it differently is weird to me. Like, you know, I mean, obviously all human beings are different and all that crap, but it seems very strange to me that everybody pukes differently. Everybody makes different sounds, has different mannerisms and things when it comes to doing that. The reason why I say this is because the other night, Michaela and I picked up Haley from her dad's house, and we were going back to the house. And we get over there, and Haley's not feeling very good. And so when she comes out to the car, she's got this big, huge Ziploc freezer bag, like the big-ass industrial ones. And I'm like, oh boy. She's really super sensitive to GMO food. And so if she has too much of it, then it gives her really bad headaches and migraines, and then because of the migraines, she'll start throwing up. So as soon as she had that, I was like, oh boy, this isn't going to be good. And we got to drive, you know, way down the way to go pick up her brother. And so I'm just like sitting here hoping the whole time, please don't throw up in the car, please don't throw up in the car, please don't throw up in the car. And we get the majority of the way home, and then all of a sudden I hear her spitting in the bag, and I'm like, oh god, here we go. I know she's gonna start throwing up. And I will tell you one thing, for being as small a girl as that is, when she throws up, she makes that shit count. I was like mesmerized by it. Like I was, you know, for me, I'm not one of the types of people that you know, vomiting like, you know, super grosses me out and then I vomit out of sympathy. You know, I can handle it pretty well. The only thing that gets me is the smell. The sounds don't bug me, none of that stuff bugs me. The visual part of it doesn't bug me. It's just the smell. It's the smell, if there was such a thing. But she was making some of the weirdest noises ever, and it was so awesome. I couldn't even freaking handle it. I was trying so hard not to giggle, because, you know, it's going to make her feel worse about it while she's doing it. But she was just going, like, basically just freaking screaming back there. Just, I was just like, oh my god, this is unbelievable. And oh boy, it was legendary. Absolutely legendary. And when we got home, you know, we're just, you know, we told her, you know, go get inside, go straight to bed, you know, get your pajamas on, all that stuff. And I was like, and so, you know, I told her, give me your bag and I'll throw it away. She gives me this bag, and this thing, I kid you not, is 75% full to the, like, it's just 75% full of just this crazy, insane, unbelievable mixture of things. It looked like she threw up pizza sauce. It looked like an actual. It looked like spaghetti sauce, like this perfect blend. It was so gross. And when I went out back to throw it away, I threw it in the garbage, and there was nothing in there, and so I got to hear the noise that it made when it hit the bottom of the garbage can, and it just went slick. Oh gosh, it made my spine just cringe. I was like, ugh. But Preston, on the other hand, he's not exempt from this. He does something that's almost more divinely strange. He is the only kid that I have ever seen that throws up the way that I would imagine a possessed person would. Because he is the only person I've ever seen that could start throwing up being, you know, in the bathroom on his knees, like, you know, most people would be, with his head just buried in the bowl. And then somehow, during, you know, the involuntary retching and stuff that goes along with it, to all of a sudden being standing up on his feet, just to go straight back down to being on his knees. It was the weirdest thing. Like, and he makes crazy loud noises too. He just goes, and but the way that he, like, propels himself up, it's almost inhuman looking. I can't wrap my head around it. I watched him do it once, because we had to take him to the hospital once after he'd been doing it every hour on the hour for a while. And this one time, I'll try my best to do it, he's on his knees down here, and it was just this, he was like a snake. He went down and he just went, and like his arms went out this way, and the puke, it was like it was on tap. It just like perfectly came out in like this perfect arc and went straight down into the toilet without splashing anywhere. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I couldn't believe it, but like his body, like the way that he went up, that he went from, you know, kneeling to standing, it was like his spine turned into a snake. it was incredible. I watched it and I just went, how does it happen? Teach me your secrets. I felt so bad for him. Like I felt so bad because he did it, you know, like 10 times over the span of just a few hours before we eventually had to take him in and he had to, you know, we had to give him medicine and all this stuff. But those two kids, man, I have never seen anything like it. Like, I thought that the way that I throw up is pretty gnarly, because I try to get all of it out in just one fell swoop, and it, like, starts to choke me, and so then I start freaking out. But these kids, man, they make that stuff count. I mean, they are just... Yeah! It's just this incredible display of just human, you know, visceral, guttural sounds and such. So, I apologize for probably making you guys want to just, you know, yak out your dinner, but I had to bring it up because it was just it was like one of these visual marvels that I just couldn't get enough of it. But at the same time, just feeling this horrible sense of just, like, sorrow and dread for my kids. But at the same time, it's just like this incredible, like, oh my god, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. But I feel so horrible about it. So, that's what that is. But hey, success! We won by well over a minute. I mean, it was like close to 2 minutes, realistically. Even though this won't, you know, that won't imply that it was. But hey, we did it, so it was awesome. So, my friends, with that in mind, we're going to stop right here tonight. When we come back on the next installment of Let's Play Gran Turismo 3, the Ultimate Driving Simulator, we've got more races to do in the Clio Cup, Resurrected, the Revengeance, and we'll move on from there. So until then, my friends, this is your host saying thank you guys for watching, and I'll check you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye.